Happy Friday. Release week has been crazy but exciting, and I'm pumped. If you haven't checked out Queen of Swords, I highly recommend it. But today we're talking about my trip to the dentist. Now, why do you want to hear about my trip to the dentist? I will tell you why. Because much like everything in my life, I can do nothing the simple way. I can do nothing without like some severe shenanigans going down. Case in point. So I seem to hit the dentist like every 5 years. And every 5 years I have a really traumatic like experience, which just reinforces the fact that I effing hate the dentist. I don't want to be in there. I don't want you in my mouth. Like, that's what she said. But stop it. You're hurting me. I don't like it. So, I got with my husband and he's like, oh, you need to go to the dentist because that's like his thing, which, rightfully so, teeth are important. I'm like, yeah, I will. And 6 months later, he realizes that I have no intention of ever following through on that. I mean, maybe I have intentions, but I'm never going to pick up the phone and be like, hi, dentist, I want to come see you. Because I don't want to come see you at all, even a little bit. So, being the intelligent man that he is, he makes me an appointment and was like, be there on this day. Great. Yay. So I show up. And I don't know if he like gave him a heads up beforehand, but they're like, Katie! And, instantly I'm like, oh, God, where are the exits? Like, I'm ready to just, shh. And then they're like, oh, yeah, come back to the VIP room. I don't think any other dentist has a VIP room. And so I'm in this room with one door and windows, but none of the windows open. So I'm looking around like, I see what you're doing here. You're trapping me in this tiny little room that I can't escape from because now I can't even get up and walk out because I'm like on the other side of the freaking building from the exit. Well played, dentist. Well played. So, I get there and like I'm in the chair, which I'm already starting to have anxiety because I'm in the freaking chair and the lady's like asking me all these questions and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I love the dentist. And side note, my kids love the dentist. Like, they would go there every single freaking 2 weeks if they could. Unnatural little creatures. But, so she's like, oh, you have anxiety with the dentist. And I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah. Can you not tell that I'm, like, breathing a little funky now and, like, looking around like, I don't want to be here. So, they do all the stuff, and lo and behold, 5 years between dentistry, I have, stuff that needs to be taken care of. So they're like, well, we can do that today. Well played, dentist. Well played, because that chances are, it'll be another couple months before my husband strong arms me into being back here. So the dentist, the actual dentist, like shows up and he's like, oh, you have anxiety. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, well, we'll give you the gas. And I'm, okay, great. I don't really want this, but all right. And so, you have the gas on and you're like looking really attractive and you're just like, all right, breathing through my nose. Okay. And he's like, how do you feel now? Are you still anxious? I don't know which way's up, so no. Carry on. Do what you need to do. So, apparently most people take a nap under the gas. I have these crazy-ass thoughts. I'm sitting there thinking like, oh man, this is why my kids like the dentist so much. They love the gas. And, oh, God, this is just, what? Since when did they start doing this? And then they're just having this conversation over the top of me. Like, I'm not even a person. I'm not even here. What if they were talking about how they just murdered somebody? Would I even remember this? Would I remember if they were talking about having killed somebody? I don't know. I don't think I'd remember it. Oh my God. I bet they are. I bet that's exactly what they're talking about. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. So, just, oh my God, like these crazy ass thoughts. Like, has anybody ever died from the gas? Am I gonna die from the gas? Like, and then eventually they must have, like, noticed I was still anxious because they turned it up and knocked me the F out. Like, I was done. I surfaced to them being like, oh, here you go. Here's your next appointment. Well played, dentist. Well played. And this, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, all right, I guess you made it relatively painless. It wasn't super traumatic. I have an appointment like next week because they're Johnny on the spot. Well played. So yeah, this is, a day in the life of Katie in which I go to the dentist because shenanigans and crazy thoughts. And I think this is more like a reflection of like the inside of my head than like the dentist himself. But, crazy shiz. Come back next week. I have stuff. Not next week, but the week after. There's some stuff you don't want to miss. But next week should be great too. So have a great weekend and see you on Friday.